Hello guys, this is Mr. A Lot More, your senior Udaku reporter, and of course a lot more is coming. Nimekuja kupiga story na mzee mzima, mzee ambaye anakimbia sana pale kwenye TikTok. Anaitwa nani? Anaitwa React Lord. Nataka tujue ni Lord wa aina gani, ni Lord wa Mungu ama ni Lord mzee yuko hapa ametulia kabisa kabisa. Tutakuwa tukipiga tu story na yeye tujue mambo iko namna gani. Cha tukaribia kidogo hapa. Inakuaje mzee?
Niko poa kaka, how is you?
I'm good. How are you doing bro?
I'm good. Baridi ndo mingi Nairobi.
Yep. Kwanza umekuja na mvua, sasa umekuja kukaanza kunyesha.
Baraka. You know, blessings. Ni baraka. Yeah. Baraka zimekuja kwako. Yes.
Maybe kwa wale watu akujui ama maybe hawajaona video zako zikikimbia sana pale TikTok. Yes. Look at that camera, introduce yourself. Tuambie unaitwa nani, unatokea wapi, unafanya nini kwa maisha?
Oh, my legal names ni Patrick Mutua, natoka place into Machakos. And my social names mnaonanga mtandao ni React Lord. That is my brand name. I founded it about 5 years ago. Yeah. Then what I do is I do spirituality. I teach people, I work the black man to decolonize the mind and set you free from the indoctrination of the systems, the matrix.
Zungungumu mzee. You do what?
Now I am freeing the ships. They are no longer ships. Yeah, they are gods. They choose where to be.
Ni mbuzi.
Sasa ni mbuzi sio ship tena. No.
Sawa mzee. I mean, buda nimekutafuta. I've been trying to look for you nikufanyie interview, we talk about zile vitu tunazungumza pale TikTok. First of all, yes. Why did you took so long to come to this interview? Took you like more than 2 months actually.
I'm sorry by the Nicholas Kyoko. Actually, you know, when you do things that make change to the society, people tend to get sessions for you. Actually, I do spirituality sessions. People want to learn more every day. And I have created groups. I have taught over 1,500 people. One-on-one sessions where we order them on Google Meet and we talk one-on-one like we are talking right now. And
mwanza kutumia Free Vegas sasa.
So we shall try you by the way. Now, out of that, even the public groups, I have over 1,500 people. The groups are around WhatsApp and the meetings are done in online. But now, out of that, people came and they have personal issues. They want spirituality on an African spirituality basis. Now that's why I'm busy because I am doing it on a personal level, 1 hour every day. So napata clients are booked all my time for a month. So actually, the last time ulikuwa unanipigia simu like 2 months ago, people had booked up to mwezi wa 8. So ndo sasa nimefungua kidogo nikaona acha nifanye interview 2-3 nirudi tena. So sijui nitapatikana tena lini anyway. But thank God, God is great because God is always listening to your prayers. You see now I have come. Nimejitokeza.
Most of your content is about teaching people pale kwenye mtandao, YouTube, wapi, because mimi nilikujua through TikTok. Then nikaenda kutafuta TikTok. Unajua TikTok kuna zile short clips na detailed kabisa. What are you teaching people, bro?
My brother, actually in TikTok, I'm teaching people spirituality. African spirituality is whereby what was us before colonization of the white man that came. You know, the colonization has affected us, crippled us, you know, even the system right now, education, everything, religion is a way of indoctrinating people to think in a certain way. You see, now my purpose is, people have thought that if you are successful, you are lucky. I don't know where they ever came that from, but the rich people have successfully told the poor to be okay being poor because the system allows them to be poor. You know, in these countries and Africa, you can only understand the system if you are out of the system. Look, education. If you see education, you are born. When you are born, Kyoko, you are 9 months old, but they said you are 1. Yeah. You are 9 months, and they say you are 1. When you are born, you never gave yourself name Kyoko. Your parents did. So you are not Kyoko. They gave you the name. Then your parents, they were done. So it's a repeating thing. Because one thing, when you get born in this planet, you are born on a territory of a country like Kenya. We are Kenyans. We cannot be Tanzanians. So whenever you go to Tanzania, you need a passport. You need to be authorized. Okay? By your master. What's the master? The master is the system. The Kenya is the master of us. Now, when you get born, you are certified with a birth certificate. Now, Kyoko has been registered and be given a birth notification as a citizen of a country by birth. Now, you are being registered by the government as a property for the government because you have been given a name, you have been given a birth certificate. So, who are you? You are a government product. And that's why say, when you go and put a business over there, after the government takes you through school, a system that they have set you to prepare you, and they want to let you go to religion. Choose religions. Either religion you are choosing, it is leading to the same thing, to implement work of the governments. Okay, and the governments that we have right now were put by the masters, the United Kingdom, those who are the one to colonize us. No. So everything you see here is a system to make people poor. For example, you learn up to, look, there's so much unemployment. Have you realized people who are university, there are no jobs? Because they have been meant to think you have to learn to get a job. You see? So in the Bible, you find the man who suffered the most was Job. And that is why you see there's so much unemployment. Because people have been indoctrinated to think that they need a job so to get money. Have you ever wondered and realized that money is not directly related to education? I don't know if you've ever heard of that. Money is not for the educated. Money is for everyone. What you need to know is to study money. Instead of, education is good, but it does not directly lead to success. It is good. That's why you see, this time around, people have learned. They have gone to university degrees and masters, and they are saying, oh, I am unemployed. Why? Because the government have set a bunch of employees so that they may be dependent on the government for the jobs, which are not even available. They are waiting people to retire at 50, and now they can start looking for, let's just get this port of 50, let's get the youth. There's so much unemployment because the system has been set, and it took 24 years for a person to think like, we don't need to do this so that we can get money. We need an idea. That's why the difference, you find that there's a difference between job and work. Whenever you go to someone's work, it's not your work. You are going to get a job. I need a job. And you don't say, I need a job, and I need a work. There's a difference between job. Work is for your idea. The one who has the idea is the one who's providing the work. Now, when you come to my work, you get the job. That's a difference. And you see, people are lacking jobs because they have been taught to look for jobs and to learn so that jobs will come to their way. And now Job, look in the Bible, is the man who suffered the worst. He suffered the worst job. And that is the thing that is happening right now. If you think that the government is here to help, the government is not here to help. The government is here to make sure it has a line of people waiting for jobs from the government. And that is why they give you a very little thing called, you pay for NSSF and what. Now, you get employed by the government and you retire at 50 or 55. Then imagine 55 years. For 30 years you have worked for the government, you have paid NSSF, and now they are saying, now you are getting old, we don't need this product because you are a government product. They have used all your energy. Now we need your kids that you registered with us with the government. Now you are getting old. Get out of this system. We need young men to come and replace you. Why? The government is everlasting. You can see in this scenario, you, Kyoko, you can have a kid. You will work hard for the government. Let's say, like a prime minister, you will work, or president, you work. When you come to retirement, now your kids are getting grown. They are big, and they are still in the same system you are. So they get you out. You are 50 years, get out of here. You are getting old. So we need someone fresh. So that is the main purpose of education, to get employees, not people who are successful. You will never. And out in exchange of the employees given like donuts, salary, a kind of drug that keeps you coming to work for someone, to do a job at work, to do a job for someone. You're given a small drug. That's why people are not willing to let go of the jobs, because they don't have anything else. They don't want to take risks. And the money is not in the job. The money is at work. If you have idea, I always tell people, my guys, in spirituality, you have to understand that you have to think for yourself. God blesses people's ideas. Okay? If you don't work hard for your ideas, then someone is going to hire you to help him success. Kids are going to nice schools, and you convince me to not be happy with having money? That's a lie. And people are, I want to ask you a question, Kyoko. People have been told to not love physical things. Imagine, Kyoko, if you never had this stuff, what will you do to make life easy? We need physical things to cushion our life physically. We need spiritual things, like spirituality, spiritual things, to cushion our life spiritually. Okay. Now, when I say this life is led by the secret societies, this is what I mean. They are using the ancient Egyptian knowledge to control the people. Look, If you walk around the city, you see so many things to control. The obelisk, people being erected on a pyramid. Of all the things in Kenya, why do I need a man standing as erection of someone somewhere on a pyramid? Why do
Like who?
Like, I am not. Look at Supreme Court. What do you say? Between Supreme Court and the Senate, there is someone. The founders of Kenya. Kenyatta. Why is Kenyatta erected on a pyramid, on a top of a pyramid? Why? If you see the Freemason fraternity, you'll find out the pyramid is very important. And the only way to be out of the pyramids, the top are the one who control the bottom. And the bottom there is the water. It's the people. The bottom of the pyramid is the people. The poor people are there. If you come top, you find the corporates, and then you find out the real leaders. And these things is being done to people without their knowledge. We are being controlled without our knowledge. Wake up, black man. We are not supposed to be thinking like a white man. Look, everyone is copying the white man. We have lost our way. We are no longer Africans. I don't know who are we. Look, people are even eradicating their skin, the black matter, to look like a white man. Why are we lost? Have you realized the society is lost? We are more of West, not more of African way. And we have been told African spirituality is witchcraft, is bad. There's a difference between witchcraft and African spirituality.
African spirituality is?
African spirituality is you being aware of yourself and able to control matter from your intentions. That is the difference from doing witchcraft. Witchcraft is whereby you are doing bad things to people. But spirituality, that is African way, is whereby you get whatever you want out of your higher consciousness. And that is what I'm teaching people. Don't be poor thinking that the body is the one which will satisfy your physical things. No. Whatever you possess right now, at first it was a thought, and you become what you think. And that is a powerful thing. And now the only way to let people understand and get lost is to bring people education. Read about books, things that will never apply in your life. Why would I learn something like I have never applied? You saw the other time, you saw a few years ago, the government said we should not be teaching our kids these things in campus. Like the courses, they are not useless. They say garbage courses. Why? They realize these courses, they lead nowhere. And not only those courses, but most of them lead nowhere. And if they lead you somewhere, they lead you to employment. And employment is what we are saying, no. We should work hard and start businesses. You can be employed for 2 years, and now look for a way to invest money on your own ideas, because that is what will survive you in this world. Okay. Yeah.
Perfect. I was to ask about African spirituality, but yes, you've already
Yes.
You've already talked about it.
Yes.
Kizungu inataka kunitoka. Kizungu inataka kuniambia ingia na kama.
Why is it Kyoko that you are called Nicholas Kyoko? Tell me one white man who is called Kyoko. It go and be baptized to be called Kyoko. From the horse's mouth. Tell me one person.
Unaitwaje?
I am Freeman. I am not like the other people. People, wake up. There's no man in West called Kyoko. Who goes to church, get baptized to be Kyoko. And when you get 50 years, you are told, come to get rebaptized again to be a kid. Why would I be a kid at 50? They want me to think like a kid when I'm 50. Why would I be that? Okay. Yeah.
Let's move on. Yeah. Especially the people fear witchcraft. Yeah. Especially the rich. Yes. Wanaogopa sana kurogwa.
Yes.
What do you have to say about that?
Kyoko, thank you for that question. And I want to to streamline that question very well. The rich don't fear witchcraft. The poor fear witchcraft.
So it's the vice versa of what I said.
The vice versa. Now, when you become rich, you realize poverty is a mindset. And whenever there's poverty, everyone wishes other people poverty. And that's why if you realize people are not living in a poor environment, you see, rich people are going to estates. They buy houses in where there are rich people. Why? They don't want that energy, negative energy of the poor. Because that energy is contentious. Let's say we are living here and you are surrounded by people who are poor. That energy and the collective consciousness is surrounding you. So most likely you can go down. But if you stay with the rich, like when you Kayoko Runda where they are rich, you will never lack. Because those people have ideas. They don't give you money. They will give you ideas. Those ideas are money. And money is idea. That's why I tell people, never, ever prioritize money over an idea. Ideas is what brings money. Yes, not the vice versa. Now, in your question, you asked about witchcraft. Witchcraft is mainly to the poor. And let me tell you the facts about witchcraft. Witchcraft is all about manipulation of energy. There's nothing more like, people say, oh, I'm afraid to be successful at Indaroga. Ooh, I'm going to Kuroga. Wake up, do your things.
However, it exists.
It exists, but I'll tell you how to control it.
How?
Witchcraft is manipulation of energy. So let's say, for example, how can I make someone sick without touching him? I have to do a transaction with the person, maybe money, clothes, anything. Those ladies who love sharing clothes, sharing everything. Now, people can be done some things over there because they need connection in your life. You cannot be done something bad through a witchcraft without a connection point. A connection like be sharing of clothes, someone takes your clothes, someone takes your kid's book, things that you have ever touched, they have their energy. That's where you see the star now coming. Now, if you understand how to manipulate energy, no one can ever manipulate you because you understand. You know, the first way to understand how things work is to be aware of the thing. Okay. Understand witchcraft is manipulation of energy and is together with two things. Actually, three. Connection, a connection point, like something that you own that is in the person who is trying to do witchcraft on you. The other thing is focus. The focus is how we are going to focus on someone specifically. Now, number three is intentions. What do I intend to do to this person? For example, let me give you a little example of witchcraft. If you wake up today and say, I'm unable to go to job, you have just manipulated energy and accepted to be weak. Now you become weak. Have you ever heard about people saying, don't tell your departures? Because one, departure is a person. Whatever you are going, success is a person. You meet success. You meet poverty. You meet departure. For example, from here to airport, and I'm going to departure, I should never tell something which is in the future. Because people can manage and can just interfere with it. Because anything in the future can be messed. So that's why people should not say their plans. You should not say your departures. Because departure is a person and can be pushed back, forward. No. So that is very important to understand. More videos, they are in my channels, very detailed. In this interview, we cannot finish. You can tell them. You have seen the videos on YouTube.
Yeah, sure. That's why I want you to talk about the channel. Tell them what you do. Tell them the name of the channel so that they can come to that other side.
Yeah, of course, this is my brand, React Lord. This is the name. You can see these are my t-shirts that I print, and my name is React Lord in YouTube. Go and watch full videos in YouTube. Relax. Take a notebook and take a time. After this video, you see in the description, you find a link there. I hope you can put one. Now, go there and study what is real spirituality. Stop doing things with your body. Start doing with your consciousness. Everything is available right here and right now. You become what you think. If you say, I am weak, you become weak because weak is a person. If you see someone driving a good range, you say, that man is successful. What have you said? You don't know his name. You say that man is successful. So success became him. So success is a person. Kyoko, you are successful. You are success. If I say you are weak, you become weak. You see, whatever words you say followed by I am, the inner self called the soul is called I am. I am not Patrick. I am. I am is a spirit inside of me that dictates the body and everything around me. And that is why you can see someone can just slap someone by the will of the body, but the spirit says, no, don't do it. There are two things which are inside of us. And understand that matter is made of two things, positive and negative. If you realize that you are a positive person, I always say African spirituality is led by 8 pillars. 1, love, belief, forgiving. Ladies, forgiving, being positive. Also, you don't need to judge people. You remember, we are God's creation. We are created by one Father. Don't judge me, don't judge anyone, because you are judging God. And there are places that you have found that people are being indoctrinated in the word of God. Let me talk about the God himself now. There's a problem in people praying. There are things you need to know before you pray. There's something called grounding. Look, we are beings of energy made of charges of positive and negative. So how can you be successfully neutral? Is to ground yourself with Mother Nature. How do you do it? Before you pray, you just remove your shoes, your socks, and go to the mother nature and ground to the mother nature. Now you are neutral. Now you can speak to the God. Now before you can even make the prayer, you need to understand how prayers are done. People have been led astray. I'm going to teach you what it was to be before the colonization of a black man. Now in a prayer, it will be effective, and I'll tell you how prayers are getting answered. Now, this is how to do it. You are grounded. Now empty your mind. Forgive people. Now after you empty your mind, you are free to receive information now from the higher consciousness. Ladies are the best in understanding this because the ladies are spiritual than men. Now when it comes to this, you have to understand this one. In prayers, if you have emptied your mind, bring your consciousness in a point whereby you understand yourself, who you are, and understand God is within us. And don't use the word God. That is something that is lady astray. God, please. Don't use the word God. Let me tell you the problem that is in the word God. If you write God in a capital G, you say, that's the right one, okay? But in a small g, you say, that's Satan. If I speak God, I don't even know which one I said. Confusion. I always tell people, instead of bringing confusion in your prayers, say your prayers to the Almighty Creator of heavens and earth, the one who created us. Because the word God is a white man agenda. To make sure we are confused in speaking, we are saying God, but even the small g is God. We don't know even we cannot differentiate in our way of speaking, but in writing we can. It's a way of confusing people, and the only way to divide people is to confuse them. That's why you call them shapes. You see? Okay. Yeah.
Sawa, acha tuachie hapo.
Yes.
Tuache waende side nyingine. Waende waone.
You can tell them
mambo ni mengi.
Unajua channel vizuri jana.
Yeah, inaitwa React Lord.
Yes.
Pale kwenye YouTube na pia TikTok. Kwanza TikTok. Mambo iko pale. But ukitaka zile video zote mrefu, YouTube. Hii TikTok ni zile short. So let's cross over to his channel, subscribe, turn on the notification button, ndio usipitwe na video hata moja kabisa. Channel link iko kwenye comment section na pia kwenye description. Make sure you click it, tuende to watch, to like na to subscribe. Mambo ni mengi, muda ni mchache. For now it is a bye bye, Mr. Lotmo out.